in the wintertime, I don't go out in the boat near as much. We fish in the marina a lot. It's easy to get to. No matter what the weather or temperature is like, you can always be comfortable down here if you put enough clothes on. And you don't have to deal with the fronts coming in, the weather changing. So we typically will fish in the dock a lot during this time, and it can be really productive. You know, the fish are staged in here. We've created so much habitat for them in here. They seek the shelter, and I think of this as like a big crappie hotel. The fish are here, they're all stacked in here. They're staged in here all the time. They come in and, you know, sometimes they'll vary in size. You'll catch smaller fish. Some days you catch a lot of larger fish. Today we're catching both. We've caught a lot of quality fish and some small fish. So what happens is when the shad move in, they move into the marina. And when that happens, these crappie will stage in here. We'll come down a couple days a week in January, February, and March. Then once we start getting into mid-March, we get out in the boat a lot. We'll start chasing fish out on the boat. Wintertime, there's just not many people down here. Your recreational boaters and stuff aren't down here. You're just, if there's anybody down here, it's like we are, that have come down here just to bag fish. So it's my favorite time of year to do that. What I'm using here is called Eclipse, and it's a swimmer bait, and so it's got the jointed piece on it, but it also has the little paddle tail. But when the water's colder, these fish are not near as active. So I will typically just bite off that little paddle tail. I have some without it, but these had them on there. I just grabbed them. So I'll bite that little paddle tail off, and you can see the bait has plenty of action without it. So for dock fishing like this, my favorite length of rod is a 5'6" in a light action. I think an ultralight is too whippy for this, because when you're fishing down, you know, more than 12, 15 feet, you need more spine in your rod in order to stick them. I don't prefer an ultralight for this type of fish, and I like a 5'6". I use a 6-pound monofilament, especially for dock fishing. I like a high visibility line. This here is a bright high vis yellow line. Especially in the shade like this, you can really see it really good, and you need to be able to watch your line. It's important, not just feel, but be able to see it. And then I like a double 32nd ounce rig. If I'm fishing 15 feet and up, my application is 2 32nd ounce jigs. Now if I'm fishing deeper than that, I'll go to a 16 ounce, double 16 ounce rig. I typically rig them about 12 to 16 inches apart. If I'm fishing, say 14 feet and up, I put them about 12 to 14 inches apart. If I'm fishing 15 to 20 or deeper, then I'll typically rig them a little bit deeper than that or further apart. I'll put them about 16 inches apart. And even sometimes as much as 18 inches apart. He really banged that. They're liking that Junebug Chartreuse. When I'm using these cool colors, and I call the purple a cool color, especially in the cold water, I always like a hot head. We're just going to thread the needle, go right up about 14 feet, and try to just drop it straight down, not come at them from an angle. When I'm fishing these open stalls like I was over there, I'll pitch it out past the tree and then let it fall into the tree. But here in these tight spaces where I have these trees lined up in here, I come straight above it and drop it straight down, just kind of threading the needle. So this right here, this is the hot bait, hot bait cool head, cool bait hot head, or vice versa. When I have a hot bait like that, really hot pink, I want a cool head. I like to use a purple, black, or green with that bait right there. It seems to work well. And then when I've got the really hot bait like this fluorescent orange here, again, I'm going to have a cool head here too. I got a purple head on this one. These baits right here, this Eclipse, which I'm catching a lot of fish on today, they're a cool bait. They're a blue and a black bait. So I've got the hot head, the bright orange and the bright pink. I use red with it a lot. So I typically do that in the cold water. It's probably not quite as important when the water starts warming, but when the water's cooler, that contrast really seems to be important especially for this dock fishing like this. I seem to catch more fish kind of using that pattern, and it works for me. So that's what I do.